Good morning, this is Jimmy Tager with the National Weather Service in Raleigh with your Thursday routine weekly briefing for Central North Carolina. This is going to cover Thursday through Wednesday, April 4th through the 10th, 2024. Let's get right into the drought update that is the latest and greatest as of this morning. As you can see here from the large graphic to the small graphic, not a whole lot of change. No increasing drought, so that's always good news. And I imagine if we continue to get rainfall, we'll start to get into better place as well. But from last week to this week, really not a whole lot of change. And for Central North Carolina, we're mostly just in abnormally dry conditions. A couple small areas of moderate drought still along parts of the coastal plain. Well, we got some rain yesterday, but we didn't get it everywhere, unfortunately. Here's a graphic on the left. So this is from the radar showing 48-hour precipitation just to capture the whole event. And as you can see here, amounts varied pretty big from the triad out to the triangle and down to the sandhills and coastal plain area. Some areas got just a little bit across the triad, while we had some other storms train over certain areas and drop a whole lot of rain, almost 2 inches in parts of the triangle. And then other areas got a half inch to 1 inch as we get towards the South Carolina border. So it varied quite a lot. And I wanted to throw this little graphic in here also. I'm not sure if you've heard of COCOROS before, but COCOROS stands for Community Collaborative Rain, Hail, and Snow Network. And if you've never heard about it, you've just basically got to get a rain gauge that everyone uses the same one, and you can submit daily observations of precipitation in your backyard. Here's a zoomed in view of the same time period, the past 2 days of rainfall in the South Raleigh area near Apex. And this isn't a very large distance, but you can see how much the rain can just vary when the storms move over one area compared to the other a whole lot more. Just this area here in the top left had 1.25 inches, and then the other area had just under ½ inch. So even just your neighbor down the street could get a big different amount, and your reports are used all throughout the world. They're very valuable. So if you ever wanted to observe precipitation and rainfall, please sign up cocoros.org. What's in store? Well, after our rain yesterday, we do have a little bit of chance of rain today, mainly for northern areas as we have a weak upper wave move by. It's colder. We had a cold front move through, and that cold air is going to continue to move into the region throughout the weekend. But besides a little chance of light rain this afternoon for northern areas, we're going to be mostly dry. As you can see on Friday, really have no chance of rain, and as we get into Saturday, still dry under high pressure moving into the area. Sunday, the high pressure is over us, and we're going to start to have conditions start to warm back up on Sunday. As we get into Tuesday, that high moves off the coast, and we really start to get that warm air returning back towards the Carolinas. What does this all mean? Well, basically, like I said, we've got some light showers possible for northern areas this afternoon, but with that tight pressure gradient, it's going to be breezy over the next couple days through Saturday. And we're also going to have low relative humidity. With the breezy winds and low relative humidity combined, that's going to make some increased fire danger. So we do have an increased fire danger statement in effect. More on that coming in a bit, but let's continue on with this part here. We do have possible frost in the mornings through Saturday, and then those mornings start to get warmer, and that frost potential eliminates once we get to Sunday into early next week. Warming up early next week, and by warming, I'm not talking 80s, I'm just talking near normal to above normal for now. And then our rainfall chances start to increase again by the middle of next week. More on that fire danger. So basically, this is where we have the gusty winds, low relative humidity, and where the fuels are dry. So a lot of this area didn't get a whole lot of rain yesterday. So basically, winds west 15 to 25, gusts up to 35, relative humidity 25 to 30%. Combining with those dry fuels makes for increased fire danger over these areas from basically now until 8 p.m. tonight. So avoid any outdoor burning and be careful with any equipment that may cause any sparks. No severe thunderstorm potential for the next 8 days. Good news there. And with the dry weather really moving in, no rainfall really expected, just a couple light amounts possible today, maybe even not a whole lot at all, maybe just tracing, but nothing significant over the next 5 days. And with that, oh, we got a little message on there. With that, no excessive rainfall expected either. Okay, what's coming up after the next 7 days? So this is 8 to 14 day temperature precipitation outlook. covering April 11th to the 17th, so mid-April, and we are expecting warmer than normal conditions, but also wetter than normal conditions. So as you can see there, and what is normal at this time period? Really highs in the low 70s and lows in the upper 40s to near 50. So we are getting towards the latter part of spring. Temperatures are starting to rise compared to normal each and every day. So we are starting to see those values increase. And towards the middle part of April, we are expecting those warmer than normal temperatures and above normal precipitation. Here's our experimental graphical hazardous weather outlook. Just basically a glance at each of the days and what could be a concern. We talked about those dry and breezy conditions creating fire weather, elevated fire weather conditions the next couple days. Also those frosty mornings through Saturday. And then there's a look at our next storm system, possibly coming next Tuesday if the high pressure gets on out of here. In summary, light showers, again, possible in northern areas this afternoon. May not even see any accumulations. Breezy conditions, low relative humidity through the early part of the weekend with below normal temperatures. Frost possible in the mornings through Saturday, and then warming up next week with our next chance of rain mostly returning by Tuesday. Our hazards and impacts that increase fire danger for this afternoon, possibly tomorrow and Saturday, so stay up to date with that, but make sure you plan on the proper precautions, and also the patchy frost is possible, so bring in or cover those outdoor plants that could be sensitive to the cold.